Why Content is the Missing Piece in XR Healthcare by Emily Davis, PT, DPT. Extended reality XR hardware has finally matured. Lighter headsets, better optics, lower cost. For years, XR in healthcare was limited by bulky devices and technical constraints. Today, the equipment has largely caught up with clinical imagination. Yet in practice, many clinics discover that the initial wow factor wears off quickly if the software itself lacks therapeutic depth. The real driver of outcomes is not the headset, but the content inside it, the tasks patients perform, the type of feedback they receive, how progression is structured, and the dosage of practice achieved. In other words, hardware enables access, but content heals. Research into XR for stroke and neurological rehabilitation has consistently shown that VR-based interventions can produce meaningful improvements in upper limb function, balance, and activity participation, particularly when VR adds practice time beyond what patients would otherwise receive. Laver et al., 2025. This aligns with decades of motor learning research, which demonstrates that neuroplastic changes occur through highly specific, high-volume practice. Kleim and Jones, 2008. Simply owning a headset does not produce recovery. The clinical benefit depends on whether the content allows patients to practice functional tasks in sufficient quantity with structured difficulty and feedback to drive learning. Without content designed around these principles, XR risks being little more than a short-term engagement tool. High-value XR rehabilitation content is built on the same foundational principles that physical, occupational, and speech therapists have used for years at the bedside. First, task specificity is essential. Patients must rehearse skills that map directly to real-world function, such as reaching to grasp, scanning to read, or stepping to maintain balance. Winstein et al. 2016. Second, augmented feedback is critical. Multimodal, timely feedback on performance accelerates skill acquisition, and VR is uniquely positioned to provide this in ways the human eye cannot, such as detailed metrics on reaction time or movement smoothness. Curious Review, 2021. Sieng-Sukon et al., 2019. Third, progression logic ensures that activities evolve with the patient, keeping them in the optimal challenge zone where they are neither understimulated nor overwhelmed. AHA/ASA, 2016. Finally, dose orchestration. The ability to deliver hundreds of meaningful repetitions in a safe, motivating environment is what ultimately drives structural brain and behavioral change. Kleim and Jones, 2008. When XR content successfully incorporates these principles, it transforms the headset from a novel gadget into a therapeutic extension of clinical practice. Unfortunately, many of the XR applications currently marketed for health and wellness fall short of these standards. Generic XR games, while fun and engaging, are rarely designed with rehabilitation science in mind. They may increase motivation, but they often lack progression tailored to impairment severity, feedback tied to functional outcomes, or adaptability for diverse patient needs. Research into gamification suggests that adding game-like elements can boost motivation and adherence, but these benefits alone are not sufficient to produce meaningful clinical gains without alignment to evidence-based therapy goals. Does Silva et al. 2022, Iyad and Salim, 2018. Purpose-built XR therapy content, applications intentionally designed for rehabilitation and informed by clinical input, has a far greater likelihood of driving improvements in mobility, vision, balance, or cognition. Laver et al. 2025. The danger of the off-the-shelf trap is that patients and providers may mistake entertainment value for therapeutic value, leading to inconsistent results and diminished confidence in XR as a whole. Another defining feature of high-value XR content is its ability to serve not just as an exercise platform, but as a data collection and feedback tool. Traditional rehabilitation requires therapists to estimate repetitions, monitor form, and deliver feedback in real time, tasks that are valuable but time-intensive. XR, when designed well, automates parts of this process by recording objective data such as range of motion, movement velocity, smoothness, and oculomotor control. These data points can be displayed immediately to the patient as motivational feedback and stored for clinicians to review over time, offering clear evidence of progress. Jamir Formative, 2023. Moreover, Built-in supervision features, such as real-time monitoring of task performance, allow therapists to safely adjust parameters and ensure quality practice, even when sessions are delivered in home or group settings. This dual role of XR as both an intervention and a measurement system is what makes it uniquely powerful in modern rehabilitation. Ultimately, XR in rehabilitation is not about the device, it's about the intervention delivered through the device. A headset without clinically designed content is like resistance bands without prescribed exercises, useful hardware, but directionless without purpose. By integrating task-specific practice, augmented feedback, progression, and sufficient dose, XR content can unlock meaningful outcomes. The more thoughtfully we design these therapeutic experiences, the more XR will shift from novelty to necessity in clinical care. We believe the future of XR in the clinic lies not in one-size-fits-all solutions, but in breadth and flexibility of content. Physical, occupational, and speech therapists know that every patient presents unique needs. By offering a diverse catalog of therapeutic XR experiences, we empower clinicians to tailor interventions to those nuances, whether it's visual scanning after stroke, balance retraining, or breathing for pain regulation. At Averwell, we are addressing the challenge of limited content by building an XR ecosystem that is both clinically rigorous and universally accessible. Our applications are designed to work across all-in-one medical XR platforms, as well as off-the-shelf headsets, ensuring that clinics can access the same high-quality, evidence-based library, no matter which devices they choose. This flexibility allows therapists to integrate XR seamlessly into their workflow, without compromise. The more high-quality content clinicians have at their fingertips, the more opportunities patients will have for meaningful, personalized practice. This is how XR will move from novelty to necessity in rehabilitation, strengthening our collective ability to deliver the best possible standard of care.